Mayor Jackie Izzo put out her budget for the budget proposal, and it comes with a zero tax increase or no tax increase. And the mayor's on right now. Good morning, Jackie.
Good morning.
First of all, before we get into that news, did you know in advance of today that the governor was going to be at the airport?
Actually, I found out middle of the day yesterday.
Okay, all right. Do we? Is it an announcement? They're saying it's another quote unquote exciting announcement. What are your thoughts? You have any advance on what the announcement's going to be?
No, we don't. We're not privy to that information. We're just told where to be and when.
Right, where to be as he presents the cotton candy. He does go around the state, and he makes these exciting announcements. And I guess we would hope that this is a real big one for this area.
Well,
we'll have to see.
I mean, look at it this way: it's usually good for the area when he comes.
Yeah.
So I'm sure that today will be no different, and somebody else is going to be very happy.
Well, there we go. So let's see what happens. That's around noontime or so. He's planning anyway, or 12:15.
Apparently,
yeah,
yes.
That's
I think it's right around that time.
Sometimes ends up getting delayed. Your budget announcement: no tax increase. That's big.
It is. It is. It's very difficult to get to that number, but we started this process last year. During the 2016 budget, we started planning for 2017, things that we were putting in place, hopefully that would be more efficient, allow us to operate with workflows that were more efficient, and some of those paid off this year. So we had an idea of where we were trying to get savings in different areas of the budget, and then, of course, things happen that you can't plan on. And so when we started taking a real good look at it in the beginning of September, we started to contact our department heads and really start, as I call it, horse trading with them. And they were excellent. We really have really good department heads, and our treasurer and the deputy, they do a great job. I mean, they're immersed in the budget pretty much 24/7 for a good 30 days. So we're very pleased we could do that. It's always nice when you can stabilize that tax rate for the taxpayers. And, that's always the goal, is to be at zero budgeting.
Yeah.
Hopefully we keep that trend going a little bit. But, we're looking 2018's budget is a look at 19 and 20. We look a couple of years out. You've got to watch your debt service, how much debt you're going to be bringing on the books. When you bond, the bonding in a given year doesn't hit the line item until a year or two later with interest and principal payments. You've got to be very careful about how much bonding you're going to do in a given year, and then you've got to continue calculating when those interest and principal payments will start to hit the books.
It is interesting as Utica talks about raising a parking garage. You are building a parking garage. You're raising one. Taking down the Liberty George parking garage, and you basically, that's a place where you're able to save a lot of money, right? And the parking authority?
Well, yeah, the parking authority is all part-time employees. To be honest with you, we started looking at the parking authority last year.
Yep.
It's not a money maker for us. Outside of permit fees, we're not making any money on people just coming in to park, the general public. That garage, we have no choice. It has to come down. But the best part is, winning the DRI, we can go forward with our redevelopment plan there.
Right.
So that's going to become the home to a beautiful apartment complex, and we need more residential living in an urban setting, which is downtown.
And finally, there are some places, though, where some things had to go up. Water and sewer, both with increases.
Well, that's mainly because we are having to do mandated upgrades. There are health department regulations all the time for water and sewer, and we've had to spend pretty sizable amounts of money to keep up with those mandated regulations. You have to replace pumps. You've got to, UV disinfection. Just as we had to do at our water treatment plant, we have to do the same thing now at the wastewater plant. So we're just trying to keep up with the regulations from the EPA and the health department. And so, yes, we had to have a slight increase in those areas. But there is no better resource than drinking water, and that's got to be a good quality source, and the way we dispose of our waste also has to be in a clean, sanitary environment.
All right, I'll ask you one final question. What was the toughest moment during your horse trading episode? It sounds like you've been horse trading for a while. What was the toughest? What's the toughest time you had? Can you reveal?
We didn't really have a tough time. Actually, I get along quite well with the department heads. On some of them, I got involved myself. I always like to get involved with the police department because the two chiefs and I have a pretty good time with it. We really need to make sure when we do any cuts in public safety, police or fire, that we are not affecting anything that will harm the operation. So some of the wish list items that I thought they had turned out to be wish list, and so we were able to get rid of those. But really, Larry Dinello and my chief of staff and myself do a lot of it, and then Dave Nolan goes back and crunches the numbers when we get done.
All right, well, congratulations. Let's see where this goes. Mayor Izzo, thanks for taking the time this morning.
Yeah, thank you. Have a great day.
Who knows? We might be talking tomorrow, depending on what the governor talks about today. You never know.
Could be.
You never know.
You never know.
All right, good deal. Thanks, Jackie. I appreciate it.